Hello, this is Kat Reynolds from The Business Beautician, and I'm soon to be rebranded as Be Magic Online, a big website design agency. And I'm even surprised at myself for saying this because last year I would never have thought that I'd be in a position where I'm actually moving forwards with a team and with a whole new identity as the owner of an agency rather than being little old me doing my websites. I was successful at it, but I wasn't building my business. So you may be wondering why I'm telling you this. I had a hypnotherapy session with Sophia back in, I think it was November, and it basically allowed me to do this. Because before, I'd been working for 8 years doing my thing, teaching online, teaching other entrepreneurs how to build websites, building for them. But I couldn't push my business forward anymore. And I was always coming up against something, but I didn't really know what it was. I kind of had an idea that it was based in fear, and I didn't want to go and have a team and see myself as a leader for my business. I really wanted to play it safe, even though I was striving to move forwards. I just couldn't. It was like there was a huge block in the way. So when I approached Sophia, I talked to her about trying to get over the fear of failure, the fear that it's not all going to work, and at the same time, because I'm never boring, it's the fear of failure and the fear of success all at the same time. So I gave her the challenge of trying to get me over these two hurdles so I wasn't so squished in the middle and not able to move forwards. And I decided prior to the session that I did want to move forward into more of an agency model with my business because it really suited my personality and it needed to grow. I had so much more to offer that I just couldn't do by myself. But I was really, really scared of taking that step. So I spoke to her about getting me over this hurdle and trying to see what my brain was thinking without me knowing, because I've been trying for years to move forwards with this, 8 years to be precise, and haven't got anywhere. I was always coming up against this wall. So I had a session with Sophia. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I'm not a very woo-woo person. I'm not very up on what hypnotherapy does. So I just went into it open-minded, a bit scared, thinking, I'm going to see if this works, because I knew that it was something in my subconscious that was holding me back rather than the determination and will to push through it, which hasn't worked for me in the past. So we had this session and it was absolutely the most enjoyable session of anything I've ever had. It was, I think we were there for an hour or longer because there was so much to unpack. And it was very, very enjoyable for me at the time. And looking back on it, it was a real experience into digging out how my brain's working and the sorts of things it thinks about and how it's all set up in there. And I feel like I know myself better after the session. I feel that I know the different parts of how I work and how I figure things out. I know myself better, so I can really see what's going on and how these various parts of my brain, which have names, by the way, that's just me, will help me or prevent me from moving forwards and all to keep me safe. But I really needed to change. So I went in and asked him. And it's really funny because at the end of the session, I actually had a sales call with a new client. And she'd decided to work for me, I think, before actually talking to me, which is normally how my sales calls go, to be honest. But it was a bigger project than I'd ever come across before and I'd ever quoted for before. And the opportunity to work with this new client was very different to what I'd done before. And so I went into that call thinking, oh my goodness, I'm still not quite awake here. I'm still in hypnoland. But I listened to my clients. I love client calls. And I just felt very different. I felt like I could offer her the help that she was asking for. I felt that I could offer her more of a complete service, something that I've never been confident to do before. And I did it with ease. I did it with excitement. And that is a very, very, very different way to how I was thinking before. And this was a project that I couldn't do on my own. I actually quoted for a project from beginning to end with a team in mind for the very first time ever, and it felt easy. So I can safely say that the hypnotherapy session got me over the fear of that. But it didn't stop there. After that call, it seemed like the floodgates had opened. The flurry came through. Lots of people were asking me to do, or maybe I was noticing, they were asking me to do these sorts of projects, to work with them in a more in-depth way and to provide more of a service with things that I don't do personally, which is copywriting or photography and those sorts of things. So I was quoting for more projects suddenly for my new agency. And come January, I have a new agency because all the projects that I've quoted for came in. So it has been an amazing transformation that I was able to do because I was able with Sophia to get over those hurdles, the fear of failure and the fear of success, and take my business from being just me and just limited by how much I can physically do for people to a team of, well, we're at 4 at the moment, but there are 6 planned in under a month. So it has been amazing. And if you are thinking of doing a hypnotherapy session to get you over those hurdles, to work out what is holding you back inside that you can't get over by sheer will alone, then I would absolutely recommend you have a session with Sophia because it has changed my business. I can't say it's probably changed my life too.